Hi guys, welcome to today's lesson. Okay, so hopefully we've got a load of guitar chords which we can play and strum along and sing to. Now we get to the serious stuff because we still can't shred like Hendrix, and that's where every guitarist should be aiming. We want to be soloing, we want to be showing off. Yeah, so today we're going to start to look at some scales. The scale in music is where you pretty much play a group of notes in order like this. It's pretty much an evil tool which music teachers use to annoy and upset the students, yeah? Right, no, it's not at all. We use scales to create solos. So in music, we've got a load of different scales and we've got a load of different positions, a load of different patterns, and when you first start looking to them, it's a lot of gobbledygook, to be fair. So we don't really know where to start. So I always teach my students the pentatonic scale first. This scale has got 5 notes in, so it's the easiest scale to remember because we've only got 5 notes to remember and they just repeat all over the guitar. Yeah, so the pentatonic scale is used in loads of rock and blues and pretty much every style of music you can come across, and it's kinda, you get this kind of feel. So we've got all that kind of, those riffs and licks to work with. So what we can do to start with is we can play the pentatonic scale on one string. We can do this with all scales. So we're going to start on our open A string, and we'll teach you the formula to work out a pentatonic scale by yourself. So we're going to start with the open A string, like that. Then we move down a tone and a half, so we're moving down 3 frets, so we go down to the 3rd fret, which is a C. And we move down another tone to D, another tone to E, tone and a half to G, and then you go back to your A. So that's the scale in its simplest form. If we wanted to play a pentatonic in D, we'd do the same little pattern, but we'd do it on a D string. Yeah, and what I want you to do is learn that and have a little mess about with it. Play it in different orders, and then we can start learning some patterns, yeah? So what you get with every scale, we have 5 patterns. This is to do with the way the guitar is built. We have 5 open major chord shapes. So we have the C, your A, your G, your D and your E. And this is what we call the caged system, or caged, or something like that, however you pronounce it. And it's just how the guitar is built. We have these 5 shapes. When we play our scales, we have 5 shapes, one shape for each chord. So we'll have our A minor pentatonic shape in the E minor position, which doesn't really make much sense, but I'll put a lesson on the cage system on the website in the future sometime. Right, so we've got our scale formula, we know what scale is about, we know our pentatonic scale has 5 notes in, we know that we want to be able to shred like that, well hopefully better eventually. One thing before you start learning scales, because you'll probably be bombarded with loads of them all the time, is make sure you know when to not learn a scale. You should only be learning scales if you're going to use them. So it's pointless using a minor super Locrian mode if you're never going to use it, yeah? So only learn scales to start with that you're going to use, or if you need them for an exam or anything like that, yeah? Because I've learned scales before because of exams and I've never ever used them, and I can never remember them because I'm not using them, yeah? The next thing, with every scale you learn, you want to be able to make music with it. It's pointless learning a scale and be able to play up and down like that. If you can't make music out of it, what's the point in it? It's just going up and down the same boring little melody, yeah? So you want to be able to change around the order of your scale to make music. Make sure you don't move on to the next pattern or next scale until you can do that. Yeah, so what we're going to do in the next lesson, I'm going to show you the first position, so the first pattern of your pentatonic scale, and then I'm going to show you some licks, I'm going to show you how to practice it, then we'll move on to the second pattern, and etc, etc, till we get to the end, and hopefully you can solo away by then. So, see you in the next lesson.